The United States has a rich history when it comes to coins, and one coin that stands out is the 1971 1-cent piece. If you're a coin enthusiast or collector, then you've probably heard about this rare gem. But what makes the 1971 1-cent coin so special? Let's dive into its story, value, and why this seemingly ordinary penny can be worth a lot more than you might expect. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies as it does every year, but not all of them were created equal. Most of these pennies were made with copper, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln. This classic design, created by Victor David Brenner in 1909, had been in circulation for decades. But little did people know, there were some pennies from 1971 that would become highly sought after by collectors. The key to the 1971 1-cent coin's value lies in its rarity. While the majority of these coins are common and only worth their face value, a small percentage of them are unique due to minting errors. These errors can occur during the production process, which is usually due to misaligned dies, overstrikes, or double strikes. These errors create coins that are distinct and can't be found easily in circulation. The most notable error found in the 1971 penny is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, and the second strike happens slightly off-center. This results in a blurry or doubled image on one or more parts of the coin, particularly the date or lettering. Such errors make the coin stand out and greatly increase its value to collectors who are always on the lookout for these rarities. You may think that a penny is a penny, and that they're all worth just 1 cent. But for the dedicated numismatist, the hunt for coins with minting errors can be a thrilling and rewarding pursuit. The value of the 1971 1-cent coin with these errors can skyrocket. A well-preserved, error-free 1971 penny might only fetch a couple of cents at best. However, if you have one of these rare double die error coins in good condition, you could be sitting on a goldmine. Collectors have been known to pay thousands of dollars for such coins, depending on their condition and the type of error they carry. The condition of the coin is important because, like any collectible, the better the quality, the higher the price. Coins that are in excellent or uncirculated condition are far more valuable than those that have been heavily worn over time. So, if you find a 1971 penny that has a double die error or other minting flaws, don't just throw it in your change jar. It could be worth a lot more than you think. In fact, some collectors have been willing to pay as much as $24,000 for a pristine, double die 1971 penny. Imagine walking into your local coin shop with that penny in your hand. You could walk out with a small fortune, all from something that looks like a regular, everyday coin. This is a perfect example of how one tiny mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary object into a treasure. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare pennies, or if you're a dedicated collector, you might want to get it appraised by an expert to see just how much it's worth. Top 2 1980 1-cent coin. At first glance, this penny might seem like just another ordinary piece of currency, but to the trained eye of a collector, it holds a secret that could make it worth thousands of dollars. You may be wondering, how can a simple penny from 1980 possibly be worth more than its face value? Well, that's exactly what we're here to explore. In 1980, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies just like they had in every other year. These pennies were part of the Lincoln series, a design that had been in circulation for over 70 years. On the surface, the 1980 penny looks almost identical to the others, with Abraham Lincoln's image on the obverse and the familiar shield design on the reverse. But as we know, things aren't always as they seem when it comes to rare coins. The value of most 1980 pennies is indeed close to their face value of 1 cent. However, what makes certain 1980 pennies so valuable is the presence of a rare minting error. As with any coin, mistakes can happen during production, and these errors can turn an otherwise common penny into a highly sought-after treasure. The most well-known error for the 1980 penny is the double die variety. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck multiple times during the minting process. This results in a ghosted or doubled image on the coin, which is most noticeable in the date or lettering. In the case of the 1980 penny, you may notice that the year 1980 appears more than once or looks blurred. These double-strike coins are rare, and their distinct appearance is what sets them apart from the rest of the coins produced that year. So why does a double-die 1980 penny carry so much value? Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with minting errors, as these coins represent a mistake in the manufacturing process, making them incredibly unique and rare. The rarer the error, the higher the demand among coin collectors. And in the case of the 1980 double-die penny, this error is so rare that it can drive the price up significantly. While a typical 1980 penny may only be worth a few cents, a 1980 double-die penny in excellent condition could be worth far more. The value of these rare coins can vary depending on factors such as the severity of the error, the condition of the coin, and the specific mint where it was produced. If you're fortunate enough to come across a well-preserved 1980 double-die penny, you could be holding onto something that's worth far more than the average penny you see in your change jar. In fact, collectors and dealers have paid substantial amounts for high-quality examples of the 1980 double-die penny. When looking at recent sales, it's clear that a flawless specimen of this coin can command a jaw-dropping price. Some 1980 double-die pennies have sold for upwards of $23,000, a far cry from the 1-cent value most people associate with pennies. If you're lucky enough to find a 1980 penny with a noticeable double-die error, you may want to have it appraised by a professional coin grader. A proper grading will assess the quality of the coin, which plays a huge role in determining its market value. Coins that are well preserved with sharp, clear details can fetch significantly higher prices than those that are worn or damaged. It's important to take good care of these rare finds to maintain their value. In the world of coin collecting, even the smallest minting error can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable treasure. The 1980 1-cent coin is a perfect example of this. While most of the pennies from that year will never be worth more than their face value, those with the rare double-die error are a different story altogether. So, the next time you come across a 1980 penny, take a closer look. You never know, you might just have a hidden gem in your hands, one that could be worth as much as $23,000.